Biden to deliver Oval Office address on decision not to seek re-election as Harris and Trump hit the trail. President Joe Biden is set to deliver one of the most historic speeches in his half-century life in politics as he addresses the nation from the Oval Office on Wednesday about his decision to drop out of the 2024 presidential race. His PM speech will be his first extensive remarks since his announcement Sunday that he was not running and was endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris, a stunning moment that capped off weeks of Democratic anxiety about the top of the ticket. Harris, who quickly secured the backing of enough delegates to win the Democratic nomination, hit the campaign trail to Westy in the key battleground state of Wisconsin, where she sought to draw a contrast with Donald Trump. The former president will hold his first campaign rally since Biden dropped out in North Carolina on Wednesday. Biden, who returned to the White House on Tuesday after testing negative for COVID-19, began drafting his highly anticipated address while isolating with the virus in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, senior officials told CNN. The president and his longtime communications aide, Mike Donilon, began early work on the speech shortly after Biden went public with his decision to exit the race, after 3 weeks of mounting intra-party pressure. Donilon, a former pollster, played an instrumental role in presenting the data that informed Biden's decision to step aside. The president intends to use the prime-time remarks to reveal to the American people how he arrived at the painful decision, sources told CNN, which he said in his letter Sunday, he believed was in the best interest of my party and the country. Oval Office addresses have historically been serious moments for presidents to speak to the American people at times of national crisis or to make major policy announcements. It will be only the fourth time Biden has addressed the nation from the Oval Office as president, and it's the second time in just 10 days, after Biden earlier this month spoke to the country following the assassination attempt against Trump. He's also used the setting to speak about last year's Hamas attack on Israel and the passage of a bipartisan budget agreement. Like all of Biden's public speeches throughout his presidency, officials expect this address will be a work in progress up until delivery. How much Biden focuses on what he views as his core achievements of his 3 years in the office he sought for several decades versus how much he details his to-do list for the 6 months before he leaves the White House is still being decided, officials said. As Harris visited campaign headquarters in Wilmington, Delaware, on Monday, Biden briefly called in, vowing to get as much done as I possibly can in his remaining time in office. And while the party moves on from Biden's candidacy, reassigning high-profile fundraisers from coast to the Harris camp by